Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. So today we are doing a reaction video. We're taking a look at TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and seeing what the hell is going on over there. You can tag me at Robert Welsh MUA on TikTok and follow me, please. I do things on there. Robert, what was it? WLSH on Instagram. Okay, and just before we get into these reactions today, for those of you, if this is your first time here, my name's Robert. I'm a professional makeup artist here on YouTube and also in real life. And it's my goal to help you become a pro yourself or just someone who's really good at makeup. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, then do please consider subscribing. As I always say in my reaction videos, individuality and creativity have no rules, but makeup most definitely has a theory. And these videos are for people that have maybe seen something online, tried it and been like, why doesn't that work for me how it did online? And that's where makeup theory can come in and help you out a little bit. So let's have a little look. Just interrupting myself here to say thank you to today's sponsor, and that is the wonderful Skillshare. Skillshare is something for me that keeps giving. Listen. Skillshare for me has become almost like a search engine, but with somebody there directly telling me how everything works and what to do, and with actual classes, with all the information in one place. So last time I spoke to you guys about Skillshare, I went in next thinking, you know what, I saw this like dog photography course. I was like, I'm doing it, but trying to photograph my dogs is like trying to photograph ghosts and UFOs. Like, they exist, but can you catch them on camera? No. You know. So, but one little venture I'm going into very soon, which is kind of like a hobby of mine, but I just wanted to share it with everyone, is I'm gonna start streaming on Twitch. Now, I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. I don't know what to upload. You have to use a whole different software to then be able to stream. I'm not the most technical person, let's put it that way. So when it comes to things like that, I have no idea what I'm doing. Skillshare, I go over there, type in Twitch, everything is on there, everything, starting from scratch. So I have been taking this Twitch masterclass by Amit Ray, and it's learn how to create and grow your Twitch account, which is exactly what I want to do. Well, I want to create it first, and then the rest will come later. But he goes through everything from the rules, gaming PCs, everything worth knowing is within this masterclass. I'm then gonna move on to how to set up OBS Studio for Twitch by an individual called Truey, I believe that's how you say it. And they have loads and loads of classes on the basics. And to me, it's so important to have the basics that aren't so basic down before I venture into anything. And this is where the classes on Skillshare come in extremely handy. And there really is a class on there for everything I want to do. If I want an in-depth answer that sometimes just searching on any search engine doesn't give me, Skillshare is a place to go. I love having that connection to an individual, just like you come to me for makeup and you get that education and that information. That's exactly what Skillshare is, but for every other thing that I want to do. So if there's something that you've been wanting to do or wanting to educate yourself on or wanting to learn, and you are interested in furthering your skill set or just brushing up on something you are already amazing at, then Skillshare is a great place for you. And of course, as usual, the first 1,000 people to use the link down below in my description box to sign up for Skillshare will get a 1-month free trial. So go ahead and use that link in the description box down below. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. And you know what? I promise you pictures of my dog, so here's just some regular ones.
Tell me why I just saw someone use fake tan where they put their contour as a way to permanently bronze themselves. We're gonna try it. Using the B-Tan Tanned AF. This is in the shade the darkest. This right here is their 1-hour bronzing mist. All right, child, I don't know what to do, so I think I'm just gonna, okay, we're gonna keep going because I have faith. I'm gonna make sure I keep hitting right under my cheekbone because that's where I want the starkest contour. Let me do the other side. I'm gonna come back in 1 hour, wash this off, and show y'all the final result. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is put concealer on top of it to show you guys what it looks like once it's highlighted. If this can take an extra step away from my makeup, this might have to be a weekly thing that I do. This is just from cutting everything with concealer. Okay, girl, I see you. I will be adding this to the makeup staples.
That's a really great technique. I think people look at things like fake tan and think, oh my god, it's so crazy. But actually, I mean, it's a fake tan, right? It's going to cause like, not so much a contour, but a structure on the face, like a permanent bronzer, semi-permanent bronzer. But one thing I would recommend if you're going to try this at home is start off in a small area and then buff it out so you don't get that like obvious blob of fake tan. So don't go in with a massive brush and start stamping it on. Or if you do, just make sure you buff out the edges with a smaller brush. But I would start with a smaller brush because you really want to define where you're keeping it, like she did in that video. Really like sculpted her cheekbones. Nothing wrong with that. If you got some fake tan at home sitting around doing nothing, break it out. Okay, was it just me or was there like a really creepy whispering throughout that video? So obviously he was doing that blue to show the evenness of the application. Again, people, I've had some comments, and I always say this, of people being like, who uses their hands for foundation? Guys, fingers are really good. Fingers and hands are great for your makeup. You can feel how firm you're pressing. You can feel pressure. You can apply more pressure, less pressure. Blending is good. Obviously don't go crazy over the whole face. You like use little bits at a time, just like they were in that video. But that's not a bad application technique. Fingers is absolutely fine. Yeah. That technique is also absolutely fine.
I can't believe I'm doing this. This is my boyfriend's deodorant. This is so gross. He's down at the gym right now and has no idea I'm doing this, but apparently you can use deodorant as a powder. Okay, I don't see any shine getting removed. I feel like nothing's happening. This is a no from me, and oh my goodness. It just ruined my makeup. What do we think?
So obviously all like deodorants are different. Deodorant can't be a powder because it's not a powder. It doesn't, I think people look at deodorant and they're like, oh my God, mattifying, because it absorbs sweat. And there may be some ingredients in there that may help when it comes to oil production and things like that, but absolutely not.
Guys, it truly amazes me the amount of people who don't know the true basic steps to learning eyeliner. Like, hello? Let me show you. I am so sick of seeing beginner eyeliner tutorials start off with a liquid eyeliner. A liquid eyeliner. Bitch, get rid of the liquid eyeliner and then get yourself a matte palette along with an angled brush. Yes, I know you want to do all those liquid designs, but bitch, you gotta start off with step 1. You ain't there yet. You can use any brown matte palette you want. First thing is to lay down a piece of tape. You ain't functional enough to draw a straight line yet. If you can, good for you. I'm mixing these two together, but go in your palette and then just start stamping it on. Just stamping it on right now. Oops, and I forgot to mention. You can lay the tape to do any angle you want, but if you want the perfect ideal eyeliner style for your eye, lay the tape and follow the direction your bottom lid is going, if that makes sense. You're welcome. As you're keeping your eye open and looking straight, go to the heel of your lid and then just follow it downwards. Just downwards. Don't go across yet. Just follow it downwards. Follow along your lid. Now we're going to fill in that little curved gap. Keeping your eye open, you're going to start back here and then literally go straight across, and that's it. Look at that. Look at that. Period. Finish filling in the bottom part as well. Now the inner corner. Now taking a smaller angle brush or a pencil brush, and we're going to start working on the inner corner. Some people say it's best to work your way inwards than outwards, but honestly, I hate doing that shit. I don't like it personally, so we're doing it differently. Or or do it however you want. As a beginner, I am going to take the angled end of a pair of tweezers and then just gently place it right there. And just following along it, like so. And you keep building onto it until it's ideally what you want. Now you can use any highlighter you want, but I'm going in with my Jaclyn Hill putty highlighter and I'm gently placing it right on the bottom of this inner corner and on top of my lid. And that step is optional. And now I'm just gonna put on mascara and lashes to finish the rest of my face and I'll be back. Yeah, purr. Fuck, I'm hot. Remember, you don't need eyeliner to look like this. Let me know if you want a transition video. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed.
This is something, right? When everyone's like, super easy eyeliner tutorial for beginners, and then they get a liquid liner and they go do a line here and then join that line to the eyelid. That's the hard part, drawing it on. Otherwise you'll just be like, yeah, draw it on. That's not like a hack or anything, that's just doing eyeliner. So to use an angle brush and powder and literally stamp it on and have a guide like tape or hold a bit of card up is a perfect way for beginners to learn their angles. And once you kind of learn that angle, then you don't need the tape and then you don't need the, you know, powder. You can go on with liquid if you want to. But when people are like, beginners eyeliner, and then they just do their eyeliner, the straight lines are the difficult part of the liner, you know what I mean? And learning your shapes, and that's a difficult part. And it's okay to need a bit of extra help when you start off doing your makeup, you know, a guide or something like that, within reason, not a fork. So that hack is just making sure that you don't powder over creases under the eyes. You don't actually have to lift up the eye like that. You can actually just look down into a mirror like this and then look up and into your mirror, and that will kind of like smooth everything out a little bit. Or you could push up, it doesn't really matter. But to be honest with you, it will work for a while, but if you find your under eyes crease a lot, it's just gonna happen more. Here's the deal, right? If there was some magical way that we could stop creasing and stop something, and some brand invented some products to do that, they would be billionaires. And you know, if they could stop oil from coming through, there is no real way. People always ask, how do I stop my smile lines from creasing? How do I stop this from creasing? We can prevent it from happening faster than it does, and we can repair it throughout the day, but to stop it completely is, to be quite honest with you, impossible. But I think we come from this place where there's all these hacks and all this stuff, and everyone acts like, you know, there's a cure for everything, and there really isn't. It's just skin. It's just how skin works.
Obviously had to test out that powder. If it manages to do that, that's amazing. It comes with this little poof thing.
Okay, I swear I do one of these every single time I do a reaction video. It's not even makeup, this is science, and it is light. Okay, so you see, for example, my eyeshadow, right? It is sparkly, it sparkles, and you can see how each individual sparkle picks up the light as it catches. I have a light here. If I was to put my hand here, you see it blocks the light. So can you see on my eyelid how it's, you know, all the different sparkly bits are picking up the light? When these shiny bits, a shiny bit of skin is mattified or can't pick up light, look how it just mattifies. Now imagine that on an area of skin that isn't glittery, isn't shiny, but just has like some shine around a pore. You see here, you can see all this detail on my nose. I block out the light, it looks smoother. As soon as it stops picking up light, okay, so watch my nose now. I'm going to take a powder and I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to mattify it, meaning it can't bounce off light anymore. See how instantly it looks blurred? It's not a real thing. It is a camera and lighting trick. In real life, it's still very much textured. You can see, look, you can still see skin detail, but it looks blurred. My lighting is set up so my skin still looks real on camera, but it's the same thing. You see, again, shimmer, gone. Shine, my highlight here, gone when I stop the light from bouncing with it. These products don't do that. If you want it to work on camera, yes, it looks good on camera. great. Everyone's on camera nowadays, great. But if you're looking for something to do it in real life, it is primer, it is skin prep, and even then, doesn't do it completely. So let's just bear that in mind. I'm so sick and tired of these "it blurred my pores" videos. No, it didn't. It didn't. On camera it did. In real life it didn't specify. On camera it blurred my pores. On camera this blurred my pores. In real life you can very much see them. Okay, well that's that. Let me know what you think of some of these hacks and things down below. Some of them are always really useful and some of them are a little bit like, okay, we see you trying. You can go ahead and tag me in anything at Robert Welsh MUA on TikTok, Robert WLSH on Instagram. If you don't want to tag me in it, just slip it into my inbox and I'll always be checking over there. Thank you again for joining me. Give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I have a whole reaction playlist that you can go ahead and watch when reacting to TikToks, celebrities, things, other stuff, other things. Thank you so much for joining me and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.